In today's video, we're going to be having a conversation about finally some news coming out in regards to Pokemon reprints being right around the corner. But before we jump right into it, as always, we do weekly giveaways, and Monday is the day in which we announce the winners. It's 3 winners each and every week, and you can comment and like on each video, so you got multiple opportunities to enter. So drum roll to these 3 winners for the week. It is David Bell, Lurkin Lurie, and then Ryan Upton. Shout out to you 3 once again. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on any of the videos we post each and every week. Comment and like on each one, so you got multiple opportunities to enter. And then as always, outside of that, if you want to support the channel anyway, you can check out all of our other links to our socials. We got an awesome Discord community you can join, as we have constant deals going on in that channel, links to other websites for amazing deals. And then if you want to check out any of our other exclusive PokemartUSA product, we do have mystery packs with amazing appeal. People have given us a lot of positive feedback to those, so if you want to check that out, PokemartUSA.com, links for everything is down in the description below. But now jumping into the actual topic for today. So everyone's been waiting for this video, and I'm gonna talk very briefly. For those that don't want to watch the full video, here's all the information you're going to know. And then for those that actually genuinely care to listen to the rest of this, however long it's going to be, then you can stay and you can listen. So first things first, I got a call from my distributor last week, and I got full confirmation there is going to be booster box reprints coming at the end of February, early March. Now, if you're wondering which booster boxes are going to get reprinted, we don't have confirmation of which ones yet. I was informed by some of my, of course, connections inside distribution that we will know the full details of that sometime within the next week or 2. So be ready for that. I will be making an update video when we can, of course, have a conversation about which one of those booster boxes. Once again, the question, of course, everyone's going to be asking, well, how big are the reprints going to be? And I'm quoting this individual. They informed me that it was going to be a decent size reprint is what the expectation is going around the distribution. So we will know more numbers and more details in the future. But if, like I said before, you want to skip this part and just say, I ended it, that's the end of the video, that's all I need to know, that's fine. There's more details I'm going to discuss, but that's kind of the main in-depth piece of information, which is extremely important to have a conversation about. But I feel like there's another couple of things I really want to talk about with you guys in regards to this. And so the first thing I want to have a conversation about is the active post that the Pokemon company has on their official website. If you haven't seen this before, it constantly is, of course, saying updated, so don't be fooled by that. This is an article that's been around for a while, but the Pokemon company has consistently left this post up where they've always said that they're aware of the limited availability of product that's impacting the community, and they are making sure to print at maximum capacity, maximum demand, as well as making sure that it's going to get into the hands of retailers as quickly as possible. The reason why I'm letting everyone know this is because people are always skeptical. It's going to be a small print. We're making that expectation based off of Evolving Skies. I think that's a completely inaccurate statement to really make, because the Pokemon company historically has very, very rarely made small prints. It's usually been something that has to do with any sort of supply chain issues or allocation of print to other projects. For example, the switching over of silver borders. So there's so many different factors at play. Another point I also wanted to make reference to and mention is I've had a lot of people reach out to me individually about the most recent video that Rudy from Alpha Investments made in regards to Pokemon product. He, of course, said his expectations were the Pokemon company was more than likely not going to have reprints for another 3, 4, 5 months. To be fair, when he made the first initial video, he did say it was going to be about a 1 to 4 month frame, and that was expected to come out within the time period in which we're looking at. So originally it was accurate. He kind of changed his statement, and more or less it was a very interesting video. If you haven't checked it out, you know, I'll give him a shout out to that. I've been following him for a while, but there was a couple of things I had disagreements with, and so this is partially in response to that, where he was talking about how historically speaking the Pokemon company doesn't really care in terms of the overall print, which is very kind of interesting. And you know, I'm not trying to put words in his mouth, so I want to be very clear when I say this. when he's talking about the overall booster boxes and the ones that are being reprinted, he says he doesn't see it being likely that Battle Styles will get reprinted, Evolving Skies, doesn't see Chilling Reign getting reprinted. Any of those sets, in his mind, he doesn't see being reprinted because they're so far back, it just doesn't make sense in his mind. And then he also goes on to use for reference on how he was surprised when the Roaring Skies reprint happened. So it's one of those things where the Pokemon Company has had situations where prices on product has gone up, and then they've addressed that with reprints. With all this, of course, being said, the speculation a lot of people have been having as well, Evolving Skies falling into that, older sets falling into that. Is that something where he's entirely accurate on it? I would say that the biggest thing with Rudy, if you go back and actually watch his original video that he posted 6 years ago with the whole Roaring Skies predicament, he was looking at it from the lens of the investor. And so when it comes to the actual game itself, I feel like, and you know, this is no discredit to him because obviously what he's done with Magic and so many other things, he's been very knowledgeable on. But when it comes to the overall conversation we had with Pokemon and what standard rotation looks like, the playability of certain cards and how important that is, everything has always stacked up to the Pokemon Company caring more about the player than the investor, which I think is extremely important because if you look at Roaring Skies, why did Roaring Skies get printed in the ground to begin with? It was a set that had extremely competitively playable cards, including Shaman EX. If you were a part of the meta during that time, you know how good that card was. It caused the booster box price to rise up to $300 extremely quickly. Yes, that happened 6 years ago. It can happen again, like it's happening. Evolving Skies hit $320 today. So prices are just continuing. So history is just more than likely going to repeat itself. Let's not get lost in the fact of the matter that it looks like there's going to more than likely be a history repeating itself of a Rudy video like he made with Roaring Skies, which is kind of funny to see because Pokemon, at the end of the day, they don't care how far back the product is as long as it's in standard rotation. They're willing to reprint it for the player and for the playability of getting the prices down. Now, you can sit here and make the argument if you want, well, there's not many good cards that are actually playable right now, but it's an unfair statement to make because you never know how the meta is going to consistently transition as new sets being released. There could be some cards in Evolving Skies that all of a sudden synergize with new sets that are going to be released. So I think that that's looking too much into it from that kind of general perspective. So now the question is, if we're going to speculate what kind of booster boxes, based off of course, like I said, distro confirming that it's going to be booster boxes that are going to get reprinted, what are the kind of expectations? Do we think it's going to be Evolving Skies? Do we think it's going to be Chilling Reign, etc., etc.? Well, I have a little bit of interesting theories on what that could potentially be. Once again, without disclosing any sort of information, there has been a lot of back order product that has recently become available on certain distributors. The back order product that has been released has been pre-release cases. So if you don't know what a pre-release case is, a pre-release case is a booster box that is bundled up with a build and battle box. So it comes 10 build and battles and it comes one booster box. Typically with the pre-release cases, they typically come out right before the set itself is actually released. It's kind of like an event that most LGSs host when they're, of course, acquiring the pre-releases from distribution. Why is it that a large amount of these all of a sudden became available for back order? And typically with back order product, it usually means that distro is getting calls from the Pokemon Company saying, hey, we need you guys to put in some numbers for what product you want. We're going to be doing a reprint for this. We're going to have this X product available. And so that's usually what back order tends to generally mean. So the product should relatively be available sooner than later. But of course, it's always different in each and every distribution's position that they're in. So with all that being said, what has the Pokemon Company historically been really good at? They've been really good at taking high demand product and bundling it in lower demand product, or just, product in general that they can really pump up the values worth, right? You take a look at the Arceus V figure collection, you look at the Galar Pals. These boxes were cool, but when you add a Cosmic Eclipse pack, they were amazing. You can say the same thing about Evolving Skies and so on and so forth. Well, as you guys are aware, booster box prices have been absolutely skyrocketing. It's official. We don't have a single booster box on the TCG Player website for under $100. And so prices just continue to climb. And with all of this being said, what product is still readily available on distribution or is going for a decent, of course, price still? Build and battles. There's still a large amount of build and battle supplies on a lot of distributors. Once again, going back to it, what does the Pokemon company like to do to get rid of old product? They like to bundle it. So it's entirely possible that we're seeing a decent amount of these booster boxes that are going to get reprinted and thrown into, of course, build and battle bundles. This is once again, by any means, zero confirmation that these are the specific sets that are going to be reprinted. It wouldn't be that unlikely, I should say, that that's specifically what the Pokemon company is not intentionally doing as they've done it historically before. So we're going to get booster box reprints, and with that, they're also going to be bundling these booster boxes with other products so that they can help move these build and battles that have been just sitting on distribution for the longest time. So going over some of the back order product that is available, just since we're hypothesizing what potentially it could be. So first ones first, we are going to be getting some back orders available as it currently stands for Astral Radiance. So more than likely that's going to be one of them. Lost Origin is another one available for back order. Silver Tempest is another one that is currently available for back order. Brilliant Stars is another one available for back order. Fusion Strike is another one that's available for back order. So these are all that's 5 or 6 I think I just list off the top of my head. I would mention Chilling Reign, but Chilling Reign isn't available for back order because there's still such a large amount available for back order in the pre-release kit. So there's no point of mentioning that. And then in terms of Evolving Skies, there's none available for back order, but that's because there's no build and battles for Evolving Skies available because that's one of the few build and battle kits that sold out extremely fast. So it would line up with, if you look at the most recent sets that all have, of course, build and battle pre-order bundles with booster boxes, so the pre-release kits, it's every single set within the past year leading up to, of course, Chilling Reign. So what does this more than likely mean? It has me to believe that we're more than likely going to get a reprint for every single booster box leading up to potentially Evolving Skies or Chilling Reign. Like I said before, there's no confirmation because Chilling Reign's not on available back order because it is still available on distribution, and they would usually make notice of the fact that it's going to be available for back order. So I would kind of hold off on saying there's going to be a reprint for that. At this point, Battle Styles is now in question too on if it's going to get a reprint, if we're going off of this general same theory in which we could potentially be seeing play out in the future here. But outside of those two general sets, the expectation at this point I'm going to have to believe is we're going to be getting basically reprints for every single set leading up from Evolving Skies to present. Once again, as I mentioned before, this is very much speculative, but it's very unlikely that it isn't having some form of correlation because the Pokemon company only releases pre-release kits before a set itself is about to be released. So why would they all of a sudden be dropping a bunch of pre-release kits onto us out of nowhere when that product itself has since way passed for most of this product that's already been available and out for the longest time? It's just a way for them to really get rid of that old product that distro has been sitting on for the longest time. So, but ultimately at the end of the day, regardless of whether that theory is 100% correct or not, we all know that there's still going to be confirmed dates that we're going to be getting booster box reprints. And like I said before, distro said that it is going to be at least a decent size. We'll get numbers for that relatively soon at the end of February, sometime early March. But that is it for today's video. Hopefully you guys, of course, found value out of this. If you have any other sort of theories or any other information that you'd like to share, or if you want any criticism that you would like to share with any of my theories or just general thoughts, at the end of the day, of course, it's just nice to know that we have some new news and information about reprints coming, and we finally got some confirmation on that. But if you want to enter our weekly giveaways, all you have to do, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell to stay up to date. We've got 3 winners each and every week, and since you can comment and like on each video, that's multiple opportunities to win. And lastly, check out any of the links down in the description below if you are interested in checking out our Discord community. We've got a lot of awesome, amazing links for you to check out with amazing deals in our deals channel. And of course, if you're interested in checking out any of our PokemartUSA official product, such as our amazing mystery packs we recently listed, you can check us out at PokemartUSA.com. Links are down in the description below. But that is all. Thank you all so much for watching. Until then, I will see you all on Wednesday. Peace.